certain point you're going to have to just kind of deal with where you're at. And well, we're already in the knife round, so I'm just going to be quick about it. I'm going to say that Mirage is one of the maps that have been working out for EnVy. I think EnVy are going to take the first map.
So despite some lack of success recently, you do believe that the French roster can do it?
Every time I speak with anyone from Dignitas, they keep talking about how they're lacking on their CT sides, which is very true. But every time they lie to me and say that we've worked on it, it's gonna go great this time, and then they get trounced on their CT sides once again. So yeah, they haven't really convinced me yet that their CT sides are, you know, on point yet.
Okay, so some doubt already for Dignitas on Mirage. It's not a map necessarily that does favor them in any way, shape or form. So yeah, no doubt in my mind that this could very well join. I could join you, in fact. I don't often do predictions, but I'm intrigued to see what EnVy do bring into this Mirage game. I remember there was a throwback tweet of MBK just asking for Kaboom demos so he could work out his Mirage a long time ago. And maybe, just maybe, we're going to be seeing some good classic EnVyUs plays on Mirage. But it does look like the knife round is done and dusted. The French pick it up. They have the choice of side. And actually already, we haven't had a chance to do any kind of form of breakdown of this one, but we're going to leave it straight to your casters to do that and more. As NATO Safix is hanging out with D-Man, ready to bring you Mirage.
Thank you very much, guys. So, where do you stand in this one? As a Dane, I guess you're going to be back in Dignitas in this? I mean, I personally think Dignitas have a very good chance of taking this.
Yeah, I would say the same. We've seen them a few times, especially. I think it was DreamHack Leipzig where they had an insane tournament. I remember, especially on Mirage, they played really well. Rubino had a bunch of clutches, 1 versus 3s, and so on. And if we're seeing anything like that form, I'm expecting greatness.
Last season they had fantastic form on Mirage, and actually they were taken into Virtus Pro back when Virtus Pro were good on this map. Were good on any map. Absolutely. But yeah, no, look at this aggression note from MBK. MBK getting all the information going out in the pistol. Apex manages to find the bomb carrier there. Add a second on Rubino. Damage may well have been done already. It's a 3-on-3, but they're going to have to pick the bomb up here. Config setup has that sort of semi-raid boss. Hasn't got the armor actually on him. Kiebi as well, but look at this. MBK coming around the fine. He gets Config down. Just got the planting. Gets a second as well. And that's going to be the defuse. Just trying to hoover up what they can. And EnVy on the retake. MBK, more importantly, he went all the way from B through underpass, all the way back around connector, gets himself the 3 kills. Magnificent.
Yeah, and it's actually a really cool strat from Dignitas there. I think what they did was, I'm not sure if they had Tech 9s on 3 players or just 2, but what happened was they at least had a smoke top mid, which is very classic. Then they had a smoke, a fast window smoke, and that usually is a signifier that they might be going for short. But in this case, they were going up connector, and they also had a deep jungle smoke, so it was just a really well-orchestrated strat. And with those Tech 9s, they managed to take the side, managed to get the plant as well, but didn't get much more from it. So now they're on pistols, no armor, which is, of course, the wise choice after getting the bomb plant in the first round. And a good pop flash set up here. NBK going to be pop flash and happy in, and they're just going to be lining up. Happy with 1, happy with 2. MSL going to be taking him down, but then it's NBK coming in though. He's going to be taking 0 players here as Rubino actually finds him, and that means yet another bomb plant for Dignitas. So Kenny S. Fearless here coming in, but that's actually a bit of a misplay from him. MSL takes him down, and I was all left to Apex and Devil, and Apex stepped up in the pistol. We'll see if he can do it again. Takes the first player here, but Devil is going to be finding the second, and it's all left to Rubino in this 1 versus 2 clutch, stuck in the truck area. Peeks at the right time, gets the dink, but it's not quite enough. Still 3 frags, a bomb plant. They can be very happy with themselves.
Yeah, took Apex down to 10 health, but couldn't get the kill. And EnVy do pick up the round. Cost them a lot of money though. The Dignitas getting the plant in, it means they can afford straight to buy back up into this one, and a big buy at that. Look at this, all the mollies, all the smokes, all the flashes. Meanwhile, look at EnVy's side. It's actually worked out worse for them, but there's going to be a glass cannon Kenny S, and we'll see how it works. He's going window. Let's see. Can he land one of those openers? Smoke down. Is he going to get the flick? Is he going to dare? Dare to dream? Dare to Zlatan maybe? Who knows? Not going to work out. Smokes will come in. Doesn't find anything. Backs out there. So full mid control for Dignitas. And actually they're pushing fast on short here. Look at the minimap. EnVyUs, only MBK there. Rubino doesn't matter though, because he's made 2 big openings. Oh, Kenny dead. That's the investment gone. Dignitas will pick up the T side here. I say will. as Devil managed to recover Kenny's AWP. So that's a saving grace for EnVyUs, but outside of that, nothing else. And this will be the first round on the board for Dig.
Yeah. I'm actually just going to be letting this round play out. NBK, it seems like there's some sort of flag actually flying up there in his point of view, but he does go down. Tensky takes him down and out. Devil misses the shot, and now they know his location, so they should be able to pick up this gun. And if the guy jumps out window, I don't think Devil really has much to do here. He is going to be scouting for him. There's actually multiple players here, and Devil is going to be taking down Config by MSL with the quick trade here. But Kenny buying that up without armor. Of course, the reason he doesn't get armor on that is because Dignitas broke the economy so early on. Now, if you're Dignitas and you smoke window, you probably know the AWP is there. And you might have an idea that he doesn't have armor. It would have maybe been a clever choice to double nade. It's
just double nade it, yeah.
Much easier to say in hindsight, of course, but still, it could. It's one of those thoughts that could be very nice to have. It would have given them a free kill. And also, it would have been Kenny.
Look at this setup.
With it.
It's MBK been left alone with the scout. It's a 4-stack with the pistols for EnVyUs here. 3 of them in dark. Are they going to be expecting it? Devil pops out, but there's more down there. But they're going to look to it. They are going to find them. It's going to pop out. Kenny S gets himself one. There's still another sitting in there. Oh, but the nades come in, and Rubino in the end picks himself up a chunk. Clever little play from EnVyUs. MBK, the last man, going to see if he can find the head. But he's going to have to find some hell of a heads here. Tries to go up and high, but MSL finds him. So, an investment from EnVyUs there. That means they're going to have to go clean eco here.
Yeah, and so far this match just looks like an absolute treat. Really, there's no teams making bad plays or bad decisions right now, I feel. It's some beautiful counter-strike, and it seems both teams are quite on point with aim. So if this transfers to the second map, I hope for 2 sick maps.
I would say a worrying sign for EnVyUs is the fact that Rubino's walked in and entered and got 2 kills, 2 rounds running. Granted, it was pistols that time around, but when there was rifles there, he's the man that's been in Palace. Now, Apex and Devil are going looking for information. They've gone down ramp, but unfortunately for them, Dignitas are coming from Connector. Happy's ready to wait to pop out. Devil's decided to backtrack into Sandwich to see if they can't hold out. Kiebi's the man that's tucked in close on Connector. Apex is going around the world through T-Spawn right now, so he's gaining every little bit of a shred of information. Devil going to get himself 1 and 2. Kiebi and MSL taken down on site. Config, well, he's going to have to get the plant in, but it's a 3-on-3. Tensky, he's looking the opposite direction. Apex might find him here. Is Tensky going to be expecting Apex to be coming from this direction? No way. No way will he be expecting this. Oh, and Apex nearly fluffed it, but he's picked himself up an AK in a 2-on-3. Now, Happy, Apex, MBK, they've got the angles perfectly set up. Rubino, though, in a great position. That's going to be the AK down. Happy will collect it. Rubino finds another. That's his 3rd of the round. And now it's all on Happy. Oh, he's messed up the flash. Nearly said it. Made a mistake with the flash. Happy's going to get the spray down to Rubino, but oh, he's low enough and he can't get away. Config will track him down there. Yeah, that's a mistake by Happy there. If it had landed the pop flash, possibly could have worked out well for him.
And it's once again one of those very frustrating rounds where you have a guy pushing A, and then all of a sudden they actually still go A, but through mid. So the push that you've really had, it gives you a lot of information, but it just gives you false information and ends up actually biting you in the butt. And I'm going to use butt because I'm live. It sounds cool. And I sound so mature when I say butt. But still, we are going to be seeing Dignitas with yet another fast round. They do have mid control, and it seems to be the case here with EnVyUs just giving them mid control. But Devil.
Apex is using the same position it has used quite a lot here. Oh, Happy crept around the smoke there. Kenny S finds one. Apex, as I say, he's been sitting in that sandwich. This time he does get Rubino down. This is looking a clean round. Config with the bomb. Is he looking to go? He's like hesitant. I think he's hearing MBK's footsteps is what it is. I think he's unsure exactly where he's going. And MBK, well, he's got into that position just past underpass, and Config's going to be walking in. I think he suspects this, but MBK is holding the angle. Should have the better chance at coming out on top here. Config wins it, but now Apex and Happy are both sat outside ready and waiting. Launching into his direction. Thank you very much. So actually a very clean round from EnVyUs there to take down Dignitas. And Dignitas, looks like they're going to force it.
And that kind of shows the quality that EnVyUs has and that they can play with. Giving up mid control is definitely not an easy feat to just. It's not easy to regain mid control on Mirage, but they do it, and it looks so perfect. They got 4 kills so fast, and then all of a sudden they've just more or less won the round.
And if anything, it was just a misplaced smoke that Happy managed to get around the side of, and that started things off, and suddenly all the information was gained from that one little play. So. Often is the case with smoke, sometimes on Mirage, especially over on Toll Booth, you know, just a slight misplaced smoke and suddenly you find yourself in trouble. Apex,
especially with Happy.
or Devil pushing down, that's a little aggressive, but he does manage to come out on top against Kirby. The flash working out well for him, Apex from behind, and Happy will collect himself another. Rubino is going to have to go alone, and Kenny S does get dropped, but unfortunately Apex in the refrag, and now Tensky. Haven't seen a great deal from him so far, MBK coming out on top. Now, will we see the AWP coming out yet from Envy? No, not really enough cash for Kenny. He's got 5.3k. He's going to instead go for the M4 and the armor.
Understandable. He hasn't really made good use of his AWP so far. So a couple of nades might be better. He seems to keep being smoked off in mid as well, so that might be a wise decision just to play with a rifle. Then again, you know, it's probably also a decision he's made because Dignitas is going without armor, and playing AWP versus unarmored opponents isn't always the best idea. Kenny, much easier to just land that single headshot on an unarmored opponent and get the free frag. Now Config, definitely one of the Deagle gods. We'll see what he can make work with this Deagle, but Happy still in position. And a good pop flash comes in. He takes down 1 and the 2nd, but can't fight the 3rd as Tensky trades him out.
The bomb dropped onto site as well. It dropped down. MBK is going to be sitting on top of that. Kenny S comes around the back of him. Doesn't matter. MBK's there. Whoa! Rubino takes 2 out. 1 with a running headshot onto Devil. I was going to be thinking he's serious, but, well, they have to go towards B site. Rubino going looking for the frags. Kenny S will find him. And I think it's a 3rd round running, isn't it? Yeah, 3rd round running for EnVyUs there. Solid rounds as well overall. And now Dignitas, you know, we were talking about on the analyst desk how they don't believe their CT side's that strong, so they're going to be looking at T and hoping they can get as much as they can here.
They definitely also seem like they've done their homework. In terms of strats, at least, I don't know, kind of in terms of anti-stratting, I haven't really seen anything in particular, but in terms of strats, it seems like they're very well worked, and we'll just see if it does pay off. It paid off the first few rounds, but EnVyUs have done a good job at shutting them down. Looking at how EnVyUs play right now, I'd actually say I'd favor them. Wouldn't have said that at the start, but I think they are going to be picking up this map. But it is Kirby going to be rushing into the side. They've just given it up once again. They give so much map control to Dignitas. We'll see if they once again can just regain control of these bomb sites. And Devil and MBK inside kitchen, they both get smoked off.
Nobody coming from short. All 4 of them in kitchen for EnVyUs. Now, okay, Kenny S has decided to make the leap of faith. He's coming in towards Kirby. Jumps the off angle. Kirby was ready and waiting for it. Happy's going to try and come back around on Kirby as well, while MBK with the AWP tries to find something. Happy. Looks like they're happy to go for a retake, but they're leaving it a little late here. They're going to have to make a move, and I think the speed and efficiency not really working out well for them, and Dignitas will come out on top in this round. They're going to lose the AWP as well. That was in kitchen. Config, is he going to try and make a swing by and pick it up? No, can't find it. Will get out alive though. Happy just going to hold Cubby. Hope you can find him. Oh no, Happy. Oh no, Happy. Oh no, Happy.
I'm not sure what the idea behind that play is. I get that you want to get the gun out of his hands, but
I mean, maybe expecting him to just keep running into CT spawn. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, but it would have been nice to have an AK and an armor. Then you can like buy small pistols on 4 of the players and have that 1 AK sat on a site alone, for example, or have it locked down mid, or at least try to.
Or push Palace with it, try and get a weapon early off Rubino or something.
Yeah, just try to play aggressive, try to get those picks. But instead, they have to give up mid control yet again. But Apex, this push, this could be valuable, very, very valuable.
Okay, Devil and Kenny are going to push on towards Palace as well, where Rubino is still waiting. It's pretty much been Rubino's house. He's going to find Devil in there. Devil's not going to be given the chance to escape. He's playing it very well around the pillars there, and they're working well. Took him down to 3 health, and he will get the refrag, so that's a weapon away. Devil will pick that one up, and Happy, oh, he was just hoping they could find it. Apex, who'd gone all the way around, sadly can't take MSL down. MBK gets one onto MSL, but Config instantly refrags it, and Devil's just going to back away. And is he going to back away? I'm not sure he is. I think he's actually considering this. He's got no kit. I think he's just trying to get some backstabs maybe, yeah. Okay, well, it's Config and Tensky that are going to back out. Kirby all the way over in T-Spawn. He was looking for something, someone, anywhere, hoping he could find Devil, but Devil's gone the right route, and nobody's going to be coming his direction.
Yeah, so decent job at saving. Better than what we saw from Happy moments before. But so far, 5-5 is not that bad for Dignitas, actually. It seems like EnVyUs are giving them a lot of room to work with, and a lot of the time they are making good use of that. They are making smart decisions in mid-rounds. You also saw it here. They planned it for Kitchen because they knew they could go in and take control of the Kitchen area, or the market area, whatever people want to call it. And that's a really... It's rare that you actually have the bomb planted for that area, and it's a very easy bomb to cover. And it's hard for the CTs to try to regain control of the site and flush you out of your position in there, especially if you're multiple people. So I like this decision, and just seems that they have a really good read on where EnVyUs are playing after they get the first picks.
Looks like we might see a set A play. We haven't had one for a while. They've been hitting B for a while, so EnVyUs, I think they're suspecting this, Kenny. Oh, wow, MSL coming out on top in that duel, and they've already pushed into site. They haven't gone for the wall of smokes. They've pushed blindly into it. The jungle smoke does go down. Kirby finds the shot onto Devil, and now in a 3-on-2. Happy and MBK on that retake. Happy's going to creep his way in jungle, but gets flashed up. Config trying to push it aggressively and finds MBK, and now Happy, well, in a 3-on-1, he's going to have to go huge for his team here. Clever stuff from Dignitas. They went fast, they quickened it up, and EnVyUs were not ready for that. They realized as soon as Envy looked into mid, they're like, oh, we're going to get the... No, Kenny died. Happy, well, he's recovered the orb, and now he's running with it. Config's going to try and chase him down. He's going to get a peek into top of mid, but they're going to follow him. Where's Happy going to go? Nobody's going to try and cut his angle off here. Happy's just going to go up and through. Nobody's going underpass. I thought want to go underpass to try and cut the angle off, but not going to happen.
No, maybe they just want to get up close to the orb. It can be a strategy, of course. If you see him, he can take one shot. Even if he lands it, then there's two people to follow up. He took a wise decision, though, going into a position where he could even peek one of the players and then fall back, and they still wouldn't be able to actually get a hold of him. But so far, it's just pretty... I mean, it's not standard Counter-Strike in the way that it's just both teams playing really well. It's hard to analyze anything because they're really not making that many mistakes. Envy is perhaps giving them a bit too much control, but they're also definitely changing up the pace. They're just going to be taking 3 guys and rushing up mid. And in the meantime, Dignitas actually going to be using the space that they give them once again, and the orb coming into play. So Happy going to be taking the first kill, and that's on MSL. A big task at hand now for EnVyUs, but it might be possible. And Devil is going to be coming in from behind. He gets taken down though, and that's Config and Rubino. And Rubino with yet another. And this guy, I think he's on 15 kills now in only 12 rounds. Very, very massive performance from him so far. As Apex and Happy just going to be trying to stay alive, and Apex looking to lend a hand, but it's hard when you have Kirby hot on your heels. And I
think he was hoping he could get more than a Mac 10. Hello, Happy. He's like, yeah, I can play with you all. Remember me before this Kenny S guy joined? I did a lot of this. He's got 4. Can he make the ace? It's Rubino that he's looking for. And Rubino is thinking, no, don't fancy this. Happy stuck down 4. So, economic damage done at least, even though they picked up the round. Now EnVyUs can afford to buy into this round. Yeah, I think they were hoping that of all the weapons they could get into Kitchen, a Mac 10 was probably not the one they were looking for. Couldn't do a great deal with it. Here we go, double orb though, Kenny S and Happy. Now where are they going? So Devil and Apex on A site. Happy's going to be taking that orb over to B site, Kenny S in window, as we see here, trying to land those shots. Not been a great deal of success from window so far in this game. Here come the nades. It's going to be the smoke. The HE's not going to follow. It's a glass cannon, Kenny, and again, they don't fancy it. They didn't throw the HE's out.
No, they don't even have many HE's, but they do have speed, and the rocket boots on. They are going to be just accelerated onto the A-bomb side, and they take out the unarmored player. And then all of a sudden everything just collapses like a house of cards here for EnVyUs. They do get 1 frag in return, but that's just all they're going to get as Happy now in a 1 versus 4, and we saw the same thing last time. This time he's going to try it once again, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he's going to hold on to it once again, or at least try to. Any economic damage he can do is obviously going to be a nice little bonus, but the more rounds that Dignitas win in a row, the less the economic damage would actually have an effect, and unfortunately that shot missed.
It's an awful shot. It's well cleared. And it tries to go, what a flick from Happy. I do love seeing flick shots like that. The speed and craziness that they land them. Config not going to land it this time. Oh, he's going to flush himself out. Oh, nice. Oh, wow! Headshot through the wall, through the floor. What on earth, Happy? And Happy gets himself 7 kills in 2 rounds now, but every single one of them has been after bomb plant and basically saving the weapon. Crazy.
I think I even heard the analysts go a bit crazy.
Well, the thing is, Alex is a bit of an AWPer as well, so he can appreciate a nice flick shot like that. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it really is, but Dignitas 8-5, we haven't really mentioned the fact that Mirage is CT-sided, and you would be looking for a team like EnVyUs who people still somewhat hold to a high regard. The kind of star shine is slowly fading, but still, 5 rounds not going to be enough, I'm sure, especially with the in-game leader problems they have been running into, but this time they could be running into a very glorious play from NBK. Unfortunately, the cold Sarah jump with a sniper isn't as good when you don't have an AWP.
Yeah, sadly. Well, Apex comes around, gets a refrag. Config going for the plant. Kenny S has come in fast. Oh, I think he could have made more, could have took some more space there. He could have gone into bench. Instead, it's giving it up to Config. Now playing with the smoke, nicely done. Gets Tensky down, flashes through, but Config won't be caught. Tell a lie. He steps out of his bench and gets caught by the flash, and Kenny S gets it. Rubino on the defense here. He's got to go it alone. Smoked off now. That actually gives him the advantage, but the defuse is being held. He gets it. He's got to hold on to it. Oh, and Happy finally uses the AWP. Rubino gets himself the triple. But the defuse came through, and EnVy do pick up the round, but they don't have a great deal of cash to play with.
No, that's the thing. But finally Happy able to actually win a clutch, and we can't really slate him too much, honestly. The clutches that he's been ending up in were just impossible. But this, of course, one he should be winning when he's just sticking that defuse, and it's nice to see. We are seeing some mid-aggression. Apex actually blinded up slightly, and meanwhile 2 players actually making it out into mid. He does take the first at Scabby, but Config quick on the return, and Kenny S so far pretty anonymous here in the window area. He's barely had any kills, even though he had a big one last round, as Devil is looking to find Tensky, but it's not going to happen just yet.
Smoked off or separated though. Nicely done from Dignitas. They're going to push through connector. The flashes are there. The Kenny S. Oh, they're sat on top of him. And Config still turns the head and gets it. Rubino, he knows there's somebody on pillar. That molly's going to go through. It's poor old Happy trying to hang on to the AWP once again. This time he's going to smoke himself out of there. The molly doing its damage. And Happy, well, it's another unfortunate round for him to just back away, save the weapon. Sadly, it's not a Dragon Lore this time around. It's Apex's rather sad no-skin pass-off that he's made for him. Has that got a Neo sticker on front of it? I think it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it has a Neo sticker on it. Why not?
And a Kenny S.
And a Kenny S. So, Neo MLG sticker. Why not? So it's Apex has kind of made a ghetto AWP on it. Now, Tensky's been taken out. No kit for Get Happy here, but he's going to keep on pushing it, but can't find it, and MSL gets himself a third of the round. 9-6 first half for Dignitas. Well, they said their CT side wasn't that strong. They've got 9 on the T side. Is it enough? Is it enough to get them the game?
EnVyUs have been struggling a lot lately with their T sides. They've been struggling because they've been switching in-game leaders, and it just hasn't worked too well. So it's kind of it's going to be the battle here. Which team has the worst side? Because if Dignitas has a bad CT side, EnVyUs has a bad T side, it's not going to be who has the best. It's more who has the worst. But yeah, I mean, 9
Are
rounds
you
on
trying to
T,
suggest this is not going to be some top quality Counter-Strike action right now?
I don't know. The first half was actually really, really good. I think
Yeah.
that was top notch, definitely. And I'm expecting good things, but yeah, from what we know, what information we have, it doesn't sound too promising. But I think it's going to be a great match. I'm definitely hoping for that.
I think Rushley's playing around with his controller right now.
Yeah, so the LB-RB switching.
Oh no! If he's not seen the Xbox controller he uses to get the.
Oh yeah, but look at this.
Oh,
like
I see.
LB-RB,
Yes,
so
yes. There we go. That's the signs of when he's playing with the controller, so you can get the smoother camera action. It is nice and smooth when he gets to go in this one, but we're just waiting for the guys to sort themselves out. But yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, looking at the scoreboard, obviously you got Happy up there, 18 kills, but 7 of them were basically saving a weapon. So it's a little hard to read into the scores like that. It's a little bit different to the likes of, say, Freiburg in the NLP games earlier on today when he was making massive key frags and still topping the scoreboard because they were all so pivotal. Whereas Rubino's got 18 kills, and they were all entries. They were all entries from Palace.
He's been having a really good game so far. But the second pistol round going to be coming underway, and it looks like Apex might be having a couple of grenades to work with here. He does have a flash and a smoke, and he does also have a P250. Never really quite understood why people would prefer the P250, but then again, the Glock is quite bad at range, so is the P250. But hopefully it's going to be some set play here.
I'm a P250 man. I can't be honest, I like my P250. Well, the USPSs a lot of people prefer, but it's the Glocks that came out at range there against the USPS. So both window down and the rotate from EnVyUs coming out as they... Oh, counter actually has been called. Happy heard footsteps. He's got to have heard Config and Tensky because he's instantly called them and they all came rushing straight back around the side there. So that smoke on short will cut them out of sight. As soon as he comes up, the smoke's about to bloom behind Tensky. He's not going to see a damn thing as they drop one down behind him. And now 4 members of EnVyUs in sight.
Yeah, it's there's really not much left to do with Tensky. All he can do is hunt these $300 per kill. Every kill, of course, $300. Pretty nice, just to add that to your resume. But instead, it's going to be NVK with 3 frags, and that's quite nice. I think if EnVyUs want to win this game, they need players like him to step up, definitely. But one player who has played pretty well so far, actually, is Devil, and that's quite surprising to me. I think he's had some impact frags.
One that hasn't is Kenny S. I mean, look at that, 6 kills. He was at window almost every round, and like you said at the time, he had no impact. No impact at all.
He gave them mid every round.
Yeah. So we'll see how that progresses. Got himself a Mac 10 this time around. It's Happy's turn in the Palace, and Rubino and Config, their turn to try and take it back. Apparently Happy's going to stream soon, boys. Don't worry. It's going to happen. Maybe. Who knows? Oh, big tag onto Kiebi there. I think it was MBK. Tellive's Apex underpass. He's going to try and get a second shot. Kenny does pick up that 600 with the Mac 10. Happy, poised. Is he expecting Rubino? Rubino pounces. Thank you very much. This is my Palace. It's worked so well. The nade is going to be big. Comes in. Doesn't quite get as much damage as you like. And unfortunately, he couldn't get the damage down either with the AK. And now Config in underpass. He finds the bomb carrier, but there's one above his, one below him. It's Apex with the MP7 that will pick up the kill. And now Tensky with the Deagle. Got it all to do. Gets himself an AK. But it is going to be, smoked off. He's off. AK, be happy with that. He's going to try and go around the houses and pick up an exit, but that's about all he can hope for.
Yeah, and it seems to be a good decision. Number one thing you don't want to happen here on the CT side when you've got a bit of a lead is that you can't let your economy spiral out of control, and that's why Tensky, for example, here hasn't actually bought up anything, and it's definitely the meta, and it has been for the longest time, that if you lose the pistol round, then you buy up in the second round, because you're going to be on double eco anyway. But Tensky actually saving money, and I'm not sure, I think most of them actually might have done so. It's rare that it's only one player, and it's just to get that extra utility and make sure that you can win the gun round. As you see here, they've all saved their money. I think that's a wise decision. Now they have an AK. Buying a body armor on the AK player is not bad, and they're also swapping the Deagle around. I mean, you could go for a body armor. Doesn't seem like he is, though. Yeah, he did. There we go. He gets the body armor. That's a good choice.
3.3k. Why would you not go for it? So, okay, let's see. Where's that AK going to go? It looks like he's going to sit window. Smoke instantly going there, of course. But it's a smoke given for Tensky to try and give him the chance at getting a shot. But sadly for him, nobody's checking that angle. Nobody's coming up mid. EnVyUs not interested in taking mid control. They know they're up against pistols again, and there's just that one weapon. Kirby's going to try and hold it. Kirby got a deagle? No, he hasn't. He's only got the USPS, so he hasn't even got a deagle. Ah, it's Rubino that's holding the angle with the deagle. Could catch Happy out, maybe. Happy's probably going to be a little bit more aware, though, because Rubino's already caught him in that one position. Oh, Config just got a glimpse of MBK. Nothing being called yet, though, as Happy comes breaking out. Finds Rubino. Spins on towards Kirby. While this is all happening, Config's trying to keep them at bay on this B site. Do what you can, but unfortunately for him, MBK, Apex, sorry, comes and sits on his head. And Kenny will get the plant. So MSL's collected the AK, but all they can do is just try and keep hold of it as they back away. Kirby wants to get something from the exit.
I'm not sure. Where did Tensky die? Because they should have two guns, I'm thinking. They killed Happy, who had an AK, and Tensky... I'm not sure if he went aggressive and they therefore lost it.
I think he got caught in kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
He went kitchen, which is probably what
Kirby was doing.
Kirby was trying to run through the smoke and collect the AK and get out.
That would make perfect sense. But at least they are going to be sticking with the rifle. This time, it's not as important, I guess you can say. They are going to be able to buy anyway, but this means that MSL can probably get an armor, and he's going to be getting 2,400 here. So you can get an AWP and a body armor. And you don't need head armor playing against AWPs and AKs. So it could be potentially what we're going to be seeing. Yeah, we are going to be seeing the AWP, and we're going to see the body armor come in again. So we're going to see if the CTs can do a better job at actually keeping the mid control and having an AWP presence here in mid. Because Mirage is a very AWP-heavy map, in my opinion. It definitely is one of those maps where you can go B with the AWP, A with the AWP, and mid with the AWP, and you can get entry frags everywhere. That's why I think it's such a cool map.
It's taking it short. Okay, nice adaptation. Obviously, window smoke so often goes down. Ironically, this time there is no window smoke. It's going to be the swing out, and Devil's going to be to get caught out. Tensky also with the refrag. Not needed, and that's a double take. But now it's going to be a push in towards A site. The wall of smoke is down there. They have to get the plant down. But oh, Kirby's got the cutest of angles through on stairs. Gets himself the refrag on towards MBK as well. And Config with a clean round in the end there for Dignitas. That's the exact hold they needed on their first rifle.
Yeah, I mean, the setup is so good. It's very good, a very good call from MSL. Goes short, and he gets the first kill. He actually misses the second shot. But Tensky is there to help him. If Tensky is not there, he's probably going to be going down, and then it's really not a very favorable trade for them. So it's very, very nice that Tensky is actually there, and then Kirby just getting two big kills and Config getting it off. It's very, very nice. But we are going to be seeing some aggression from the T's. They are going to be rushing into the B-bomb site. Flash is working well. MSL missing an easy shot and not even getting the second. So Config, all the work to do. He is going to be only finding one, and it's all falling apart here for Dignitas, who might as well save now, it seems. And it looks like that's what they're going to be doing.
Devil's like, take the AWP, take the AWP. Because, oh, okay, I'll pick that up. So Rubino, as you say, Rubino and Tensky are safe. The speed and efficiency of the pistols working out well for EnVy. It's been a while since we've seen a true B rush, as it were. Almost pug style, matchmaking style there. That, guys, is how you do it. That's the exact way you do the B rush. Nobody stops.
I can tell you, my buddy Dimitri, he calls it matchmaking all the time.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, that is the play. It's like, what have we got? Well, we got nothing. Let's go B rush.
Pretty sure EnVyUs should just pick up Dimitri instead. He's got all the sickest strats, defining the meta.
21 kills for Happy. Sadly, a lot of them were kills on the end of rounds. But now 10-10. EnVyUs picking up the round. Dignitas investing what they can. AWP being dropped for MSL. They've gone for the full buy. And it's going to be a full specimen. Whoa. 3 in apartments here for EnVyUs. 3 in apartments. Kirby's going to be holding the angle. Oh, that nade comes in. Catches one. So Kirby going to be pivotal here. Rubino's holding the angle at double box to try and cover off the other side. Could switch to sandwich and get the full coverage. MSL sitting there. And I mean, the fact that MSL and Tensky are looking out on mid. They've got to be realising it. Here comes Kiebi, but Rubino, oh, he couldn't land the spray down on Devil. And now they're locked out of sight. That smoke all going down. Happy's going to get the plant in. Kiebi comes rushing around the side there, on towards Apex. Trying to get himself a glimpse in. Config from range, and EnVyUs are absolutely dominating them on site. Dignitas, they may as well look at saving, and they're backing away already.
We see the bad CT side coming in right now. It seems they're very disorganized. The only player that doesn't have nades in this scenario was actually Kirby. He had good kill from Happy, but he had a nade that he used early on and gave 16 damage to Devil. That's really not enough for a nade. Yeah. And then he has a single flash. Everyone else had more or less full nades, and that just means that when they push 3 players through apartments, they don't have any grenades to counter nade with. So I think that's likely why Kirby started gravitating more towards mid, and he's really not having a good game so far. 9-17 for him.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think they were probably trying to hoping they could catch out Rubino, because Rubino's kind of been challenging him in Palace every time. They're like, we'll send 3 people there, challenge all you like, you're not going to win. Unless something crazy happens, in which case you're at the top of Reddit, because there's just been this magical frag moment. But Rubino's going to try and do the same once again, this time with the USPS. He's sitting waiting for Happy to come out. And is Kirby going to go aggressive, or MBK almost catching Tensky out there? Tensky, the only man with a weapon. Kenny S does take down MSL, sitting deep as MSL tried to push the top of mid. And Rubino finally decided to challenge, but Happy not having any of it. Kind of a bit of a duel between the two of them throughout the entire game. Rubino came out on top in the T side. Tensky, as I said, the one man with that M4A1 does run out of bullets eventually, and Apex takes him down, and the second man. So Apex now all alone. Happy was the lurker, and Kirby's looking for him.
Yeah, and he kind of needs to find Happy, because, I mean, it does make sense for him to save. He does have armor, but the pistol isn't really valuable in that sense. And there's no way he can regain any of the guns on the B bomb site. So if he can find Happy, then he can save that gun, and that's a nice little bonus. But it doesn't seem like, okay, it does. He reads my mind and starts heading towards the palace instead.
I think Happy's going to hear it. Yeah, he does. Happy hit the steps. A little too close, Kirby, buddy. You're going to come round straight into an AK. Bam. Bullet to the head. 12-10. EnVyUs. Match pause. Here we go, Dignitas. They can afford a buy, and they're going for a pause. You can only assume it's a tactical pause.
Yeah. I mean, it's noteworthy how, while you have the ability to watch from GoTV, the fact that you can see that Rubino has a tendency to perhaps over-peak in the Palace, I mean, it can't be hard for a team like EnVyUs, who live off of CS, to see those same tendencies. And it seems like that's why they keep catching Rubino out. I don't think he's had a single kill here in CTA. He might have had one in the pistol, but 19 kills. He had a great start. It just got so many entry frags, but right now it's not looking as good. I don't think he's really been picking any frags up here on CT.
Just had to double check the score. 1-1. Happy with that. I'm happy with that. Liverpool in Europe.
Yeah, I had to think. Yes.
Should have been there. Could have been there. But so I'm not there.
Is it done?
It's finished. It's finished full-time 1-1. That's a good away result for Liverpool. Now will we see a good away result for EnVyUs?
Is there away games?
Yep. Home and away. That's Europa League.
Oh yeah, what I was talking about.
Rush is trying to show you the relevant point as opposed to my irrelevant point about
so
football.
We see the kills, yeah. Yeah, there's a big lack of kills for the
Kenny's stepped up actually in the second half here, hasn't he? It's started working out well for him. He's got 6. I think that's as many as he had in the first half, Kenny S. I think he only had 6 kills in the first half.
Yeah, I think that's true.
So, working out well for them. Let's see, what's this pause going to bring, I wonder? It was a tactical pause, by the way. I've had confirmation of that one. They're going to be coming into it. It's going to be M4s across the board, you'd assume, for Dignitas. I don't think anyone's going to go glass cannon. Looking at MSL.
Yeah, he might.
He's got the cash, but is it worth it? I mean, he's actually gone to window a couple of times, and nobody from EnVy showed for them. Like, nobody's pushed mid at all.
Yeah, we see the pause being cancelled here. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Fallen, some video. I feel like it was him. It might have been Steel, one of the iBuy Power band players or whatever.
We are aware of Steel, yes. Yeah.
Where, they said something like, it's kind of a philosophy in game where you play a CT side countering your own T side. And it's kind of what we're seeing here. EnVyUs, they gave... they kind of have the same tendencies, So they gave mid control on CT side, of course.
Yeah,
and now here on T side, they're not taking it. So they're giving up mid, and they don't really care. It's still working out well for them.
Yeah, seems to be working. Over on B side, Tensky's got himself tucked in. There's the smoke on towards mid. MSL did go for that glass cannon, but instead he was window, now he's got himself tucked in connector. And he may well work it out. Devil's about to come around the corner, and there's the shot. He's going to back himself away, smoke down, will block off connector. Is anyone going to push on through? Oh, they've gone deep, they've gone aggressive. Apex has pushed through it. MSL just holding the angle, gets himself one. Nobody else pushed, but it's going to be a boost. Happy up in through window. MSL's going to come around this corner, and Happy gets caught out. MSL, well, no armor or not, he's got himself 3 kills, and that could well have won them the round here. MBK, he's going to get boosted through. Kenny S with an AWP of his own, and that's another no. This time the shot is not enough, and MBK lives. Kenny S trying to find Rubino. He's only got an AWP though. It's not the ideal weapon to check these corners. That little drop, Rubino would have heard it, and look at it, he's starting to get antsy. He's starting to get the feelers. MBK is holding the angles as well. They're going to come around the corner. He's going to have to pistol it, and Kenny S with the Tech 9 gets it, but instant reaction from Config. And now Kenny S with the plant. He's got the AWP. Config's pushed the position. Wisely rushing it. I think Kenny S missed the shot. Oh, he doesn't land the first one. Gets the leg, unfortunately. Can't get the second. Switch to the Tech 9. It's all gone wrong for Kenny S. And, well, the AWP's just not working for him. The rifle is, so far, not the right weapon for the right situation.
No. What I really like EnVyUs doing there is how they clear out almost every single angle, and then they kind of predict that he's going to be in shadow. So, what they do is one peeks far and one peeks close. So they can kind of double peek the angle, and there's no way he can get both those kills. He has to hit some insane shots. What happens is he hits 0 shots because he just gets totally confused, and that enables them to get the plant one way or another, because if one of them dies, they're still going to get the bomb plant, and that's very key because now they can get a good buy-in.
Happy is sending distracting nades in towards mid. Flashes out actually onto MSL. Kiebi steps out nicely, gets himself the double, almost gets the triple. MSL picks it up, goes around to Tetris. Kenny S is there with that AWP. But Happy has been left alone. Happy is the one that's crept his way through underpass. Tensky bouncing the nades off the wall right in front of Happy's feet. He's going to drop down. It's going to be nice for him, and Tensky gets the kill. And now poor old Kenny. AWP and alone. No 1-on-3. He's going to have to go huge. We're going to have to see some classic Kenny, but unfortunately Config is not up for that sort of malarkey. And he will collect himself another weapon. That's an AK for Tensky. Now will we see a pause for EnVyUs, I wonder, as it goes 12-12. So far, pause worked well for Dignitas.
It's incredible how much money Devil has. He has 7k and he just bought full armor and nades. I wonder why. But yeah, Kenny S, so far, the best player on the T side in terms of HTV rating. MSL, once again, putting this up to such great use. Keeps consistently putting up at least 2 kills with this, and it's so nice to be seeing this. Now, Kiebi trades 1 for 1, but it's all good in the hood. Happy going to be flushed out of his position here, and he is going to be spotting Rubino, and a good nade is going to be doing any damage.
It's that box, man. It's that box.
Yeah, and instead, Rubino has 74 HP. It's not bad, actually. But Happy has so much map control. What's MBK
doing?
I think he's just cutting off the rotations here. He's sitting in upper mid, hoping that any of the CTs rotate through mid and he can get a free flank, then they can explode to the B-bomb site. But CTs wisely not showing themselves in mid, and that's not enabling the terrorist side here to get any easy flanks and not getting the rotation to the B-bomb site for free.
Well, Happy's going to be checking jungle. Config has just left here. They've realized, okay, we should probably check B site, which is where MBK is creeping towards. Happy's going to be the man that has to cover off this hatch, but Tensky is watching from CT spawn. So if Happy shows himself, Rubino's continuing to keep his angle on A site, and Happy's actually going to return it. Rubino, you've got to feel will come out on top in this duel. Did he have a little glimpse there? The molly's going to be in the right place. That's going to flush him out. Now Rubino has to move. Now he has to get out of there. MBK's rotated in. That's a difficult bomb plant position. Oh, and Tensky's going to get the angle onto Happy. MBK now. Molly's going to slow things down. That's a nice shot onto Rubino. Where's he getting shot from? He's no idea. He knows he's getting shot through the wall here. And lane comes a leaping config. Just waits for the AWP to be picked up. He's going to find it. It's where's the AWP? Where's the AWP? He gets it. MSL's AWP's picked up. And, you know, we should talk about MSL's AWP. Since he's got it on window, he has been far more effective than Kenny S was.
Yep. I mean, MSL new top 1 AWPer EU West. It's clear to see.
I mean, it's important to talk about because with Dignitas, that was the question. It's like, who's going to AWP? MSL ended up picking it up and has got better and better and better. And look at him now at the top of the scoreboard.
Kills and he's in-game leading.
He's been getting 2 to 3 kills around so far since he's picked that AWP up. Since they've got the economy that he's been able to pick it up. And it started glass cannon when he got the triple.
Yeah, making the most out of nothing.
They've read this brilliantly. They've read this brilliantly. Expecting the B rush. MSL gets himself the opener. Config could have done better there. And instead MSL has to push him with pistol. And now Rubino finds one. Nade dunks on through. Doesn't quite catch the shot onto MBK there. Kiebi's on the rotation, so Rubino's just backing up hesitantly, waiting for Kiebi to get in position. Now Kiebi's behind. There he is, finds MBK. And it's a one-on-one. Happy versus Kiebi. No bomb plant here. Kiebi can just back away at short. He doesn't need to face right now. Oh, that's a nice nade. Happy has to get the plant in. He's going to collect the bomb. And actually, is he going to try and take it to A? Is he going to try and take it to A? And now is Kiebi second-guessing himself. Happy's got 50 seconds to play with here, so he's got the time. So instead, he's gone with a nade. Tried to distract. Oh, he's planting straight facing short. What on earth? Okay, Happy. Not sure on the plan there.
Kiebi kind of jumped down into mid to try to fake that he's actually gone away from short. And even if Happy had come out and cleared short, what he would have seen is that there's no Kiebi to find. So going for the plant for short is actually not that bad of an idea because he can kind of rule out that position. He's expecting Kiebi to go for
just back himself into short.
Yeah, but it's just a double mind game coming out from Kiebi, and it's very well read. And there's really nothing Happy can do. He's actually playing it quite well, but Kiebi, the mastermind in this situation, actually outsmarts Happy, which is a feat of its own.
That is impressive, yeah. So 4 rounds back-to-back for Dignitas since the pause at 12-10, now 14-10. And MSL bringing that up in towards Happy's domain. Oh, and Happy, he's creeping across. He's creeping across. He's actually going to flash it. Nicely done. MSL, though, he's got the nous to just step away and smoke it. Not feeling the challenge. MBK backing away from that challenge, making sure the molly doesn't find him. EnVyUs have to pick up this round, really. Well, Dignitas will be on that match point. In terms of league standings, well, they're both around mid-table. I think it's 7-9 for Dignitas, 7-7 for EnVyUs. I might be wrong. Pretty sure that's similar, though. Happy getting a challenge out. It does get Rubino down, but it's cost him a lot of his life. MSL still holding true, but he's going to have to be huge here. They're going to be pushing on through that smoke now. Tries the shot through the blindness, but Kenny S will find him. Kenny being much more effective with the AK in this game than he has been with the AWP. Tensky just on toll booth will find the planter as well. Oh, can he get the second and the third? He knows the planter's there as well, and Kenny's had to stop. And look at Happy as well on 12. The nade comes dunking in, though. And Tensky, get dunked is the phrase, I believe. 14-13, EnVy finally break the deadlock.
What I'd like to see Dignitas go for now is just a full eco. They've had so much luck with that.
I don't think they've got a choice.
I mean, a lot of teams would be. Had it been EnVyUs in this situation, you would know they would be forced by. Yeah. But they've had so much, excuse me, so much luck with the AWP so far that they want to get that in again. I just want to mention Rubino, who was definitely the man of the match in the first half. He's on 2 for 10 on the CT side, and it's just really not good enough when his lowest other teammate is on 7 kills.
He's been challenging out in that apartment and losing to Happy. That's the problem. Oh, headshot from MBK catching config mid-jump. That's the danger of the animations these days. It's been talked about so many times, especially on that jump. That's one of the damaging factors. Tensky hoping he can catch somebody by surprise here, just playing it smart and praying that nobody comes behind him on short. Finally peaks and MBK catches him. Here's Rubino. I talked about him with the CZ. Oh, so unlucky. Apex down to 20. And now Kierby. He'd rescued the AK from Happy, and he's happy to sit back and keep a hold of it, but MBK is coming his way. Don't think he's going to hold it. MBK, no nonsense stuff from him that round. 3 kills.
Yeah, and because of that, they don't actually have enough money for an AWP. Kirby would have been able to, if he got that kill, he would have just enough money to drop an AWP and go for an eco AWP where you, let's say, drop an AWP and then the rest they force buy or eco or whatever, and then you buy armor on that AWP and you just play around that AWP. He needs to get an entry and so on. But MSL have been doing it without armor so much this game, and it is getting into the dying rounds here with 14 to 14. It's getting quite close.
Well, EnVyUs in the better position here, because if Dignitas lose this round, they have nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. A couple of them on 0, a couple on 50. Oh, if only Rubino knew he could pull the trigger, and he does. Finally, Sus here, as the smoke clears, the little slightest pixel differential. He sees the head of Happy. Pulls the trigger, but mid-control in the hands of EnVyUs. It's what we were talking about earlier on, how they haven't been taking mid. 4 members in mid now. But this is dangerous because Config's in a great position to try and land some of those shots. MSL smoked down. Look at Config. Well aware they're pushing his position on short. Tensky's trying to draw the attention. Tensky's going to be the man that will catch on towards Devil. We're watching MBK here as Tensky gets pushed. Instead, Kenny S does take the peek and finds Tensky. Now, the question is, are they going to challenge more? MSL finds MBK as he tries to push his way in towards there, but it is going to be EnVyUs now, fully in control of B side. Kenny S with the plan. Devil holding. MSL coming around the corner. Oh, the slightest of angles. That's the difference in angles that you get in Counter-Strike. Sometimes you can see more than the opposition. Apex holding a good angle at the back, waiting for Kierby to come around. But Kenny S with a lot of work to do. And now he's left it all for Apex, and Dignitas have done it. They absolutely needed this round, although it would have been flat broke going into the final round. But now it is match point Dignitas. Are we going to be seeing overtime here?
We do have the AWP in play from MSL, so if I was EnVyUs, I'd definitely be a bit afraid. He's on his way to a 30 bomb here, and he is one of those in-game leaders who can step up. I mean, I think it's always so dangerous when you sit and cast and call someone the in-game leader, because I feel teams, they change so often, but he at least used to be, and I'm pretty
situational it can be, yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes it's just all of a sudden they change and you haven't heard, and it's a bit of a risk. But still, they do have the open play, as said, and it is actually a heavy A play, this, which I really am liking. They also have the mid control, so the T should be running in just a few seconds here, and they have the perfect setup to deal with this. They at least have the heavy A play, and they do have a few decent nades, a few Molotovs that can come into play, but the smokes and flashes going to be raining in. It's going to be the wall of smokes. Kirby and Rubino with one, and then Rubino with another, and Tensky with yet another, so it's all left to Kenny, and Kenny, he's flashing himself. It is unlikely. He does get the first, though. He's looking for the second, and this might become possible now. Goes up close, gets the no-scope, but Config wins it for Dignitas, 16 to 14. As close as it gets, D-Man.
As close as it gets, indeed. 16-14. Kenny with the no-scope. Just for a moment, I was believing in the Kenny magic that may come around. But 16-14, Dignitas, the pause working wonders for them at 12-10. And they turn it back around to 16-14. Fantastic stuff. Dignitas taking it. Big win for them for something we called. We were back in the Danes, although it was a lot, very close.
I kind of stopped having faith in the middle there because I felt that EnVyUs, they seem to be playing much better than I had anticipated.
Well, it's going to be Inferno next, so we'll see how it works out. But for now, we're going to go to our very capable analyst. It's going to be Alex with Vendetta.
I'm just gonna do a NATO suffix for a second. Hang on.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Hair reference game on point.
Thank you very much. Oh, don't do that. Hey, Halvor. How you doing?
How you doing?
Let's break it down. Mirage has been done and dusted. If one more map to go between these two teams, and already we are starting to see inklings of promise from both teams. my first criticism, and I know this isn't where we should start, but we are going to start with my criticism of Happy and these abundance of frags that mean absolutely nothing at all. And this isn't the first time we've seen this, where the dude hits great shots, great play with the orb, no doubt about it, but it's always exits, and it always doesn't lead to much. And your point off air was like, he's always been someone that does sometimes play for the stats.
Yeah, no, I've actually seen him save in the last round of a half.
Just in case, just for that death, that one potential.
I've seen him do it. Obviously, it's like you said, he still hits nutty shots. The problem is that a lot of just straight up stat-wise, it looks like he's beasting on people, but you see at least 9 frags in that game that's just completely non-impact frags. Obviously, it's his job to kind of try to stay alive and hold on to the weapons he's trying to save, but oftentimes he'll actually just take challenges just for the sake of getting those frags, and I don't know, it irks me a little bit. And I guess in situations, if you have a guy like Kenny S on your team, maybe you want to drop that up over to him a tiny bit more often to try to get to at least if you're going to play very passively, you can. You're not utilizing the op, especially when you've saved it in your previous round. You're going to have a low economy. You want to make the most out of that op that you've saved.
There was one scenario where Happy saved that orb. He worked hard for it. He got those 4 kills or whatever, 3 kills to save the orb, and then proceeded to keep it. And and Kenny bought a glass cannon orb, so they went double orb. And it was just sometimes their decisions. I mean, perhaps they work sometimes. They go double orb, and oh my god, it makes all the sense in the world. They had the double orb setup and it worked. But it just sometimes just feels like the decisions they make are only going to work when you have the players that the kind of the raw skill that you rely on top notch, which currently they're not at.
And then that's what a lot of people have said about EnVy just as a team for the longest time. The fact that a lot of the things they got away with is something that's it's not going to last forever.
Well, being like these force buys, right?
Yeah, exactly. So sooner or later they're going to get punished for it, and they're going to get punished hard. And so what happened at the major? They went out last place. Definitely not something you would have expected, but. No. They're really not in their groove right now, and not to take any credit away from Dignitas, they had a much improved CT side on their Mirage. Their G side was pretty solid as well, even though we didn't get to see too much variation. I think you mentioned it very early on. It's like 80% B takes for the better part of the T half, but it worked out. Got stopped in the early beginnings, but eventually found the right adjustments to actually take advantage of what
it was really intriguing to see EnVy playing so often for the retake on B. It's not a site that's you often see people retake because your options are so limited. Unless you can get behind them towards apps, you basically got short and kitchen, which is just it's not a nice approach to have to go back into the site. They made it work a few times. Dignitas resolved those issues and continued to make that B site hit work.
Yeah, and that's why you see you've seen more of it towards the A bomb site because it's a much more open bomb site. You have much more flank opportunities, and you can actually get your entire team to put on pressure at the same time. With B, it's like you said, you've got window from kitchen and kitchen door, and maybe catwalk. Maybe catwalk.
And apps if you've got like a quick underpass rotate. I guess.
Exactly. Like so, it's not fluttered with options, and it's surprising. Though they're trying out things. They've got Melmo coming up, so they probably want to see how things work in official games and whatnot. Sure. Yeah, but for me, interesting to see Dignitas changing up their CT positioning. That was probably the biggest thing. Last time we saw Dignitas play Mirage, they had MSL, very often actually going towards those B apps with the op to kind of help out Config, who's having issues holding that B app side. This time around, so MSL being, a lot more all over the map, really. Rubino not playing the stairs anymore. That was Kirby's job. Rubino not having the greatest of games. T-side, very good T-side, but CT side just
his T-side rifling was very refreshing. He was playing really well.
And on the CT side, he kind of fell off. So I guess for a lot of the players, it's getting used to that new position and kind of getting a good feel for it. But for MSL, it looked like it was working great.
Yeah, and that's going to be our closing point, I think. MSL, I mean, as soon as he got that orb in the hands, D-Man said it himself, he was getting 2-3 kills every single time the orb was in his hands.
Having more of an impact on the game than any of the op, or anyone who picked up an op on EnVyUs side. And that's pretty big when you're going up against Kenny S. Or Happy, I guess, for that matter.
He was holding middle better than Kenny was, and that's a real honest statement about Dignitas and their performance on Mirage, as they do pick up the win. One more map to go, and it's going to be Inferno. The Frenchmen are going to be battling for a bit of redemption, as they've not only gone out in the major in 2, now they're going to be losing potentially 2 maps here in the ESL Pro League. Find out after this.